Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Hush Superman. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Alright, before we take a look at the front of the package, I did want to let you guys know that if you wanted to add this Hush Superman to your collection and haven't done so already, you can do so at Amazon. He is in stock and ready to ship as of the time of this recording. You can use the link down below in the description. And just remember that if you do, it will help out the channel with a few pennies. Taking a closer look at the front of the package here, we do have the 85th anniversary of Superman logo down at the bottom, which is really cool. You can see everything you get in the package just about. And I would say of all of the, Superman figures that we've gotten, I really like that they've got him in like this flight pose inside of the package. I think that looks really nice. But what looks even nicer is the back of the package with this really awesome sketch by Jim Lee of Superman flying off. Looks like he's got some battle damage going on, and I really dig this artwork. Opening the package up, you can get a closer look at all of the accessories that he comes with. Instead of your standard black DC base, we do get a flight stand, which is awesome. That beautiful artwork from the back of the package is on the card. And you also get 2 sets of hands, 2 flight hands and 2 fists. Taking a look at the figure standing straight up and down, this is a super awesome, very well sculpted Superman. I really dig the proportions here. I know we've seen this body before, but I love the classic Superman emblem on the chest, the red and yellow, the classic Superman belt and underoos on the outside, which I dig. I love this head sculpt with the hair and the way it's sculpted looks really good. If I did have one complaint, it would be that the skin tone is just a little too pale and a little too gray for me. It almost looks like a Bizarro skin color. I wish it was a little more vibrant and fleshy toned. And, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to fix that later on myself. Taking a look at the back of Superman, I love that he comes with this big, bold, outlined Superman logo on the back of the cape. And I love that the cape is very structured and angular. And I love all of the way that it is sculpted like this. It looks really cool. This is a figure I think that would benefit from a cloth cape, and I may be buying one in the future. But for now, this sculpted cape doesn't look bad. All right, I just wanted to show off that the artwork on this card and the back. If you want to read Superman's description, you can pause this right now and read that. But I dig that artwork. And here's a look at Superman. Like I said, the skin tone is just a little too gray for me. But other than that, that's really my only complaint. I do like that they've got some slight, I love that curl right there on the top. I love the slight color on his cheeks. As far as articulation goes, he can look up that far, which isn't the greatest for a Superman character. When it's going to be flying, he can look down a pretty good ways. He does have a lot of rock and tilt to his head. The arms can go all the way around. They can go out and hit that T-pose no problem whatsoever. He does have that, I know this isn't really a butterfly joint, it's just the joint of the shoulder, the way it's got the cuff. It does have the upper bicep swivel and the double jointed elbows. He does have horizontal pins on the fists. He does have a lot of range of motion in that rocker in his abdomen, and he can crunch forward about that far and lean back about that far. He does have the waist swivel and no upper thigh rotation, which is disappointing. He does have the double jointed knees, but that's about as far back as he can go. No upper boot cut. He does have a hinge swivel, toe articulation, and rocker down for the feet as far as the articulation goes. As far as the hands, oh man, that's really hard to pop off for the very first time. I really like these flight hands. I love that they're gesturing. I love that he can use them to sort of point or just be at rest or flight. I think those hands serve a lot of purposes there, and I really dig it. Man, that symbol on the front looks great. I love the belt, the pants. I love this big logo on the back. It just looks fantastic. This is, with the exception of the grayish skin tone, I think this is probably one of the better Superman figures that they've made here. So let's get old Soups from Hush here, standing up and down. That seminal comic from Jim Lee and DC Comics. I just absolutely love the Hush story. I would love to see it adapted into a film one day, or at least elements of the story adapted into the film one day. Boy, this figure does not want to stand up without a base. That's crazy. Let's bring in his comic mate here. Let's bring in Batman from Hush. And Batman is on that base, but with the ears, he does stand a little bit taller. And then here's a look at that flight stand. If you guys have ever had a DC, McFarlane Toys flight stand, and you know what you're getting yourself into. But man, they look great together, and they're going to look really good together on my shelf. Man, I got to tell you, this is a fantastic looking Superman figure, and I love a chance to get a figure that's, based on Jim Lee's artwork. I absolutely love Jim Lee. He's one of the greatest comic book artists of all time, and it really shows in the artwork and in the head sculpt here, where I think they really did a really good job of capturing the essence of Superman from Hush. Unlike the Nightfall Batman, I love that Nightfall Batman. It's my favorite McFarlane Batman, but I just don't think it looks like the artwork very much. This does look like Jim Lee's artwork from Hush. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I'm your host, Mark, and I will see you in the toy aisles.